CV squared has 51 minus degrees of freedom, making
I got hungry and I ate it. We're Americans and we only like competition, okay?
I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this waitress comes up.
Can you put some goji berries in my Dropbox, please? Is this GoPro farm to table? NFL anywhere! You can watch the NFL anywhere, then why can't I watch it on the damn toilet, Linda? The only exercise I get is chasing those damn gypsies off my lawn. They're like, oh, trick or treat. Well, guess what? We already got tricked. It's called Pearl Harbor. Guess what? We already got tricked. It's called Pearl Harbor.
Drunk on life. I think you're a little too drunk.
Yeah, I got trapped in a corn maze. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm Native American. Caribbean queen. Caribbean queen. So I'm not a jack of all lanterns, okay? So I don't know how to commit murder with Loyola Davis, okay? So I'm not a graveyard smash, okay? That's not me.
That's not anyone.
Hey, you wanna hear a joke? What is black and white and red on the horn?
Newspaper?
Oh no, that's better. I was gonna say something super racist. So yeah. You wanna hear a joke?
Sure.
What is black and white and red on the horn?
Newspaper?
Oh no, that's better. I was gonna say something super racist. So yeah.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
That's what she said last night. This one's gonna be a screamer. So, alright folks, welcome to another Drunk News Report. We got a lot of crazy, insane stuff to bring you. And I'm still having this rib healing, so I will try to talk as much as possible, but I may get winded at certain points of the times. But let's go ahead and bring in our co-host, the host, and whatever is going on anymore. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
And there we blow. How are you both doing?
Doing good. That's all about the new guy. Ask him.
Yeah, exactly. The nude guy? Yeah, ask the nude
guy.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, finally he shows up. Never mind. Anyways. How are you doing, brothers?
Oh, great. Yeah, excellent.
Brainless. I said brainless. Sorry. I know I'm not gonna get out all my
Oh fuck, I left mute it. You must.
I knew you were in
I'm kind of out of it, okay?
Yeah, you'll get used to it, mate. It's quite easy once you know.
Yeah, shut up, bitch.
You'll get used to it.
You do realize I still have this power, bitch.
I have it too, almost.
Yeah, but yeah.
Welcome, freaks.
Quite a bit of busy at work, so I'm a bit tired. But I've made new online friends, so that's good.
Good.
We talk a lot.
I know all about the overworking because Jesus Christ, I went to work like every single day with my rib just to finish things that I needed to. And it was no bueno. So, anyways, let's do some intros.
You need someone to kiss it better.
Yeah, I wish my kitty cat was closer so that could happen. But anyways, sorry everybody. Let's do intros. Let's say hello to the Cinema chats, and then let's get into the meat and of the potatoes.
The tatties.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid.
All right. Disclaimer calls us fucking dumb.
Exactly. So let's say hello to the Cinema chats right quick. Yeah. And we have Stop the Stupidity. And we have their commercial. And it is somewhere, I don't know. Hold on, give me just a second. It's still so hard to fucking breathe. But here we go. There we go.
Attention, new New Yorkers! Stop acting so stupid!
Exactly. And everybody say hello to Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey.
Yeah, how are you doing? Your lidocaine pads have been amazing. I ran out, but I've gotten new ones, but like they were a lifesaver. Thank you so much for supplying me with those. I mean, somehow they fell in my lap while I was like walking out of your house. Never mind. Hey, Demon Orb.
Dorpy, bitch, how you doing?
I don't think that it's like weird to like have somebody give you those things. They're only 5%. So, anyways, doesn't matter. But thank you, Carrie, for those. And hopefully my ribs are slowly healing. It's getting better. So I'm hoping that we're getting there. Otherwise, Maybe in the next couple of days I'll have to go see a doctor, but fuck it. That's what happens when you beat your sub so hard that you crack a rib. I mean, anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Proper bizarre masturbating fucking accident.
No, it was not masturbating. It was okay, everybody shh. Okay, at least we did hear that. Now we have our Schismocrasher and their intro because they're our original channel sponsor. And here we go with this, and I'm gonna do it this way because I want to do it. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Welcome, Schismocrasher too. Welcome back.
Amazing 23 months.
Yes,
Damn,
amazing
boy.
23 months. And Schismocrasher, have you noticed something new? Oh, fuck. Look at what happens in the fucking thing in the bottom right.
Yeah, of course, because it doesn't have those images.
Yeah, it doesn't see those, but it sees those at least. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I pay money. We pay money for memberships for those things to work. And, well, it's StreamYard, so they don't care. Anyways, hopefully soon they'll fix that. But welcome, Schismocrasher. Thank you very much for being a 23-month member. And for all the other members you've given us, bam, chicka, bam, well, I don't know.
Yeah, that as well. Like, he's not just a member, but he's also a member giver.
Yes,
exactly. And remember,
member giver.
and remember when I stayed over your house those 2 nights skits? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
And then he also was a member giver.
Right.
Giggity.
Member taker.
Hey, there was a little bit of back and forth. Let's put it that way. It was kind of like playing tennis or ping pong. I don't know.
Fucking doo-doo maker.
Beer pong. It's more like playing beer pong. I don't know what's going on anymore, but let's crack on. So today is National Hamburger Day.
Hamburger.
Baga. Then it's also National Brisket Day.
What's the difference?
From what? Do you
beef, innit? Why don't you just say National Beef Day?
It's because it's sauteed in a certain way to make it a brisket, and I think that it's sauteed in a certain way to make it a brisket. Let's put it that way. Then National Flip Flop Day.
That's for what?
It's what do you all call it over there? It's shit.
Flip flop. Yeah.
No, but there's another name for it. Floss. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't care.
Flip flops.
Okay, so then World Hunger Day as well, and then it's Menstrual Hygiene Day. So.
Wash your minges, ladies. Make sure you get them.
Well, and if you need if anybody needs resources for any kind of hygiene, male or female, and you would like us to give you links, anybody ask us here or in the Discord how to get free supplies of things that you may need. And especially if you're a female, if you need help with getting those things, you let us know, because that's way more important than me going to the bar and drinking for a fucking day. I'll totally, or we'll get you the resources. I'm sure Mango and a couple other people can help us with resources to get you free products or get places for you to go to get them for free to pick up. And or if you need help with any of the hygiene stuff, please let us know, dude. I'll literally that's why we're here, is to help people, and that's why we do these days of the years.
Nobody wants to smell like a fucking tin of tuna, did he?
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyways, no, but the reason why we go over the days of the years is to help bring awareness to things. just like World Hunger Day. Like, if anybody is going hungry, you let us know. Somehow we'll figure out a way to like lead you to a place to maybe go get free food. And if you can't get there, then we will figure out a way for you to not starve to death. I mean, literally, there's no way that our punk asses are going to let any of this stuff go. Like, if your flip-flop busts out, just let us know. We'll give you the $1 on fucking what to get you new flip-flops. I'm just kidding. I knew I just had to bring it around to make it funny eventually. And now that we went through those thingies of the mabobbers, let's get into, if you've not voted in the poll, and is the poll still active? Because like I did it a week ago.
Yeah,
okay.
So I could.
Perfect, fine. I just wanted to make sure it was still alive because they killed it the first time because it was a week old. Ooh. Anyways, so let's crack on to the beginning of the end. I don't know what's going on anymore. What? So let's get into the activists in France. I think, just give me a second for this to happen. They poured red dye into the fountain of a something. And here we go. I wanted just to let it load because my computer sucks balls and I need to upgrade this very, very soon. But I want to do other things that I was spending money on before, probably upgrading. But fuck it, here we go. Stop, God. And so they put red fountain of Paris fountain.
And that reminds me, just to remind the ladies, it's National Menstrual Hygiene Day today.
Yeah. Yeah, all the blood. Anyways. Will somebody bring that person in that I just heard pop in? I don't know.
Yep. You got quite a bit of noise in the background.
Al.
Al's in a wind tunnel.
He's driving with his windows down.
And I thought I heard an echo, so sorry.
Yeah.
If you could figure that out before, and if not, let's just come in and we'll let you know and we'll go from there. But we don't need to see any more of this, technically, because literally it's that. They just put red dye in the thing for the protest anti the war in Gaza. Jesus. Okay. So let's get into like the next short thing, and then we'll get into a little bit longer, and then we'll get into the subjects that are in the poll. But I want everybody to come in here, hang out, vote in the poll, and then get into the subjects, because I always have a handful of other things, and we get to laugh more at. There's let me just try to do this. Al, there's a lot of background noise for you. So if you just mute when you're not talking, just mute when you're not talking. That's it. When you're talking,
no problem. No problem. And hey, I'm sorry. And hello.
Hey, Al.
How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you doing? And as long as you're talking, it's okay. So how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I miss hanging out here. I haven't had my timing worked out right for a while, and I looked down and saw the notification, and I know I'm late, but I saw Brandon say we're live, and I'm like, I got to go get in there while I can.
Yes. Well, thank you for being here. Just again, mute just while you're not talking, but thank you for being here because we love your commentary, because it's awesome to be. I love how that we have people from all around the world here, not just punk asses from Americas, and not just this blah, 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 these left wingers from whatever. It's people from all over that we have this like congregation, this community, which I find amazing that we've been able to build. And I would rather be this than just a bunch of hicks or lefties that are just like gamers sitting here from, the Midwest going, oh my God, guys, you know what is going on? You know, it's like, no. I want the world to commentate on this and what we're doing, and to like tell me that I'm the dumbass, and or for us to have fun all together from around the world. I would rather be worldly than not, and not globalist, because none of us are making enough money doing this. There's no way we're any type of global of any of the ist. But anyways, let's crack on to the next thing is the mabubber, which is going to be how SpaceX failed.
Peak that engine view, booster doing the boost.
So it got all the way into space without, and then the failure happened.
If you're just tuning in, we were able to successfully make it to orbit, run into a couple of issues as we've coasted to our entry point over the Indian Ocean. At this point, we had lost attitude control of the ship and entered.
Oh, let me go back. Let me go back to see what that just said. Hold on. The early explosion led to fuel leaks, causing the rocket to spin uncontrollably. Yeah, great, Elon Musk. You're on point, homie.
Yeah.
At this point, we had lost attitude control.
Capsule thing and like the Falcon rockets. I think they're doing great with that, but like. Starship is SpaceX Cybertruck.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's where Elon actually got involved and fucked everything up.
Yep. He's shit at everything, Elon Musk.
And like, there's so many people that have done calculations, but Starship will never be possible to be a valid way of going into space and going on.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too bad none of them work at SpaceX. Maybe.
SpaceX.
Yeah.
Well, is that Starship? That's an Elon project, isn't it? Like the Starship.
Yeah, SpaceX.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying the people doing the calculations, they're not.
But Dragon's
they're not at the right organization, are they? Or
yeah, no, but I think if in SpaceX or any company that is where he's involved, if you speak out against him, you're probably fucked up.
Oh yeah, you probably can't do that. I heard somebody say, and I don't know if this will be mentioned in this clip, but I heard someone say that Elon's approach to spacefaring is to treat the rockets like Dixie cups because he can afford them, or at least he could. This is before the most recent spate of crazy over the last 6 months or whatever. Like this is probably what I'm thinking, like 12 months ago. They said his approach to spacefaring was, let's just keep building stuff, and whatever breaks we throw out, and whatever works we keep. That is something that most people can't afford to do. And if it's manned rocketry, I mean, maybe billionaires can throw out human beings and not care about them, but I think most of us are not willing to knowingly send people on what can only be called like a death machine. I mean, I know we were not allowed to say a certain word but you know, the people used to say that word and a run together. That used to be a way people spoke, and that's not something that I don't think people should be doing.
No,
I think
obviously we should not be eating humans.
We should eat humans into space and not care whether they come back. And I also think we have proof of concept. We don't need to be doing manned missions just to see if people live through the process. I suspect we have the brains available to do the calculations and figure this stuff out. And I'm just wondering if they're just burning these things up because they already made them, or they ordered too many of these, or whatever. I don't really know where that's coming from, but I do think if you keep on doing the same thing and it keeps on breaking the same way, that's not helpful. if they're sending them up unmanned and they're actually getting somewhere, then I am impressed. Even if Billy Billionaire is running it, and it's a vanity project. I think space exploration and technology is a fantastic use of our time. But you know,
as long as the debris.
We all know why he's been crawling up Trump's ass, because he's not throwing his own money at those rockets.
Well, and not
it's
just that,
US
but the other
taxpayers' money that he's throwing at those rockets.
Yeah, no, obviously he's not using his own money.
Well,
for
this
sure.
is why he
The other-
sacked everyone from the FDA, because they were all investigating them, weren't they? Because of these.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, everybody's gotten rid of is trying to like get him for things.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that does suck is when debris from a thingy-mabobber that somebody shoots up into space fucking lands on fucking people's houses and shit. That's where the problem becomes. If it gets into outer orbit and it just stays there, fuck yeah, do it all day long. I don't get beep about it, right? But when it like lands on somebody's house and fucking like kills like a fucking orphanage, yeah, now we have a problem, bro. There's the problem is he doesn't think about that. He's not worried about it not exploding over blah blah blah. And it's happened multiple times. There's 9 times.
The big problem is he has no empathy.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Obviously, he doesn't have empathy because he said, "Oh my God, when my father's diamond mines, we made so much money that we had to have one of us pushing the money into the vault while the other ones were pushing it close."
Yeah, that must have been rough. I do think that one thing that sometimes gets lost, and I do want to see science and technology develop. I'm a big fan, but it does seem like we're as a whole society. And I realize I'm not American, so this isn't happening to my country, but it is happening to my neighbors. And I think this is still happening around the world. Is that money is being sunk into that with reckless abandon. And zero money seems to be available for feeding and housing the poor, reducing inflation, making things better for people in other countries, and treating people as disposable, whether you're actually eating them into space or whether you're treating them as disposable as in, like, I don't really care what happens to them or whether they can afford food or not. Those are real problems that we be.
Yeah, and so anyway, speaking of that devil, I don't know if you all know who Anonymous is, but I have been following them and a part of their thing for a hot minute, and I was very, very wary about us doing anything about them. But
they're just shitbag fucking incel hackers.
Sure, okay. Well, Dog said that I didn't, but anyways. I've been very wary about doing their stuff until recently. And again, this is a grain of salt. And I don't think that in 28 days or whatever, something is going to be insane. But we're getting to the thing where, like, they've already done a handful of things. Like, if you don't know, they gave us, like, a bunch of weird, crazy information in the last couple of months.
Yeah, and
were
also, Anonymous isn't really one organization.
No. It's a bunch of hackers.
It's a bunch of hackers,
we're gonna say
work together.
Yeah.
And some of them are ethical hackers, and some of them aren't.
Exactly. All we're gonna say is this organization has brought to light a handful of thingies of the mabobbers that have come out to be true. And they've done certain things that I can't completely say that I agree with the way they did things and shut certain things down.
Well,
but I do agree that they are bringing things to light.
At first, they were more a group that was just kicking against everything. But I think they've grown to kick against the right things.
Yeah, no,
especially
things. Yes, they definitely. But again, I'm gonna say I'm not 100% for everything, but I do agree
Oh
with a
no,
lot of what they do.
I
But
don't
let's crack
agree
on. But again, just
I
like
don't agree with all the methods that they use, but
anyways, let's crack on. Again,
yeah.
let's just get into this. And I just want to show us this because it's fun. And I know it may, well, this is probably the better place to show it is this stream. But let's crack on with this. And if this actually, something actually happens, then that would be amazing. But here we go. And we have to play it because they talk about this.
You've probably heard of Anonymous, that mysterious, decentralized collective of hackers and activists who seem to pop up whenever there's some dark secret to be exposed. They don't have a clear leader or headquarters. Instead, they're more like a global movement. People connected by the internet, united by the...
And like a dog said, I think Antifa or whoever. I'm sorry if I said whoever, but it's like that. It's just like a fluid collective. It's a fluid collective that nobody runs technically. It's a bunch of fucking people that like I don't know where they all talk to each other. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like I have no idea who these people are, but
probably why they play Minecraft. Fucking bunch of kids.
They're way older than that at this point. No, well, there's I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything.
There's probably
I'm sure. No, there's
group, but like
there's multi-generational, but no, the people who are way are. I didn't say anything. I can't say anything.
The idea of fighting injustice.
Probably.
Over the years, Anonymous has become
I can't say anything.
Infamous for their digital raids, leaks, and attacks on governments, corporations, and organizations they see as corrupt or abusive. Their methods aren't your typical protest marches or petitions. Instead, they harness the power of hacking, leaking, and online disruption. They call themselves ethical hackers, using their digital skills to shine a light on hidden truths, expose wrongdoing, and sometimes punish those who operate in the shadows. But with such power, they also raise questions about legality, ethics, and the blurry lines between activism and vigilantism. One of the
And I already have this sped up to 1.25. Can you imagine if it was at normal speed? Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the part of their thingy, bobber is I am not comparing you to Eric Douchebay at all, but that's the thing. If you talk in a really low tone and you say things and you accent certain words in a certain way, then you amplify it and you go in and you retone it and you like do breaking down just like re-audio, then you're gonna get it to be whatever. Like I'm technically playing a persona when I'm talking to you right now, even though I'm burping the whole time with the cracked throat. But this is a persona. When you see me at the bar, I don't really accent this much, or we do these things, or when I say all the or the other things. Like that's not 100% of what I do in public in front of people, because I know how fucking crazy that would be to be in front of people to do that. Although I accidentally slip up every once in a blue moon. Although at this point in time, most of the people that are around me are like, Slim, you're fucking dumb, you know, like why are you saying what or whatever? And it's like, yeah, I know, I'm an idiot.
The most striking chapters in their history happened not too long ago. You may remember when Anonymous launched a cyber attack on the company that operated most of the ICE deportation flights in the United States. This wasn't just some random hack.
Yeah, and so what they did is they found the company who was taking the flights, and they listed all this, and that's been one of the most recent things they've done. But I've been following them for a gazillion years now.
Did they also not have something to do with exposing all the right-wingers on gay dating sites?
Yeah, I believe that Anonymous
I believe
did
they also
that
had shit to do
part
with
of it.
that.
I believe they were part of it.
I think those kinds of actions, like
that's positive.
They're actually funny. Like,
yeah,
fuck you if you're a bigot. Like, fuck you.
Exactly.
It was a targeted strike against a company that was facilitating the deportation of people, many of whom were undocumented immigrants trying to escape danger or find a better life. Anonymous managed to steal data revealing who was on those flights, exposing the identities of innocent people who were essentially being disappeared by the system. This leak sent shockwaves across communities and sparked conversations about the ethics of deportations.
Well, no, hopefully it just fucking scared the fucking people that were doing this. So they were like,
yeah.
We can't just fucking magic people away, pretty much. Okay, so now I want to try to get to this.
You know what the thing is with America at the moment? If you're undocumented and a law-abiding person, and don't do anything criminal, you get deported to a well, basically you get deported to Auschwitz.
Forever.
You get deported to Auschwitz because that's basically what it is. And,
let's not and a forever camp.
If you're tax evaders that screws over their workers, you get pardoned, and you get a fucking parade.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Donald Trump.
No, I know. Fuck Donald Trump. Anyways, now let's get into a little bit more of this, and then we'll get into actual.
Hello, my fellow citizens of the world. This is the Architect, speaking on behalf of Anonymous. 34 days remain until the truth is revealed. There's a feeling many of you can't quite describe, but you know it's there. A pressure, a discomfort, a quiet, constant hum beneath.
And this was 2 days ago or a day ago or whatever. So we have 32 days to go until the... And once again, like, I'm not saying that Anonymous is always like, but they'll do something will happen that day. That doesn't mean that the whole world's. But let's crack on. I just want to have fun with this.
What is fucking douchey about this video?
All of it. But anyways, I'm Anonymous. I did not say that out loud. Oh my god! Now I'm gonna fucking die. They're gonna kill me now.
The surface. That feeling is truth trying to wake you up. You're not alone in it. You're not the only one who feels like something has gone terribly wrong. And like no one in power cares to fix it. That feeling is collective, and it's growing. It doesn't matter who you voted for, where you worship, or what you look like. That ache for change is the thread that connects us all. We are not.
Okay, so now we pretty much did that. All right, so now let's go ahead and get into, let's look at the poll. And we'll get into that in just a second.
Okay, I'll turn on my camera. Let me take down my pants real quick. Oh,
yes, totally.
Not my poll. Okay.
I'm just going to end it. Oh, my Jeebus. And then we're going to do this in just a second because we have another thing that's happening in the bumpers. But we're going to do. Oh, wait. Hey, Fucker, are you kidding me? Somebody else, one person vote in the poll if you've not voted in the poll. God damn it. Yeah. And, hey, Alderman. And if not, then like somebody, hey, Victoria. God damn it. Somebody else vote in the poll. We need a cracker.
Hey, Victoria.
It's gonna.
Hi, Victoria.
Vote in the poll in the side chat, please. One of you, somebody, please. 3, 2, 1. But fuck it, I don't care. Now let's get into Canadian Ollie Man is a member for 13 months. And hello, Victoria. And if you've noticed at the bottom right of the screen, y'all's fucking whatever you say pops up on the screen. So you're welcome, everybody.
You know what? Now, when that's actually very useful.
What? Ben.
Because I noticed that on Dave's stream. Because he multi-streams with who was it again? I forgot. But they multi-stream and it shows the chat of both channels.
That's hilarious.
That's quite useful because then it becomes one conversation.
That's great. Okay, so we're gonna do it exactly the way that I already had this set up. That's hilarious how I already had this set up. Okay, so here we go. All right, folks, let's go into the first thingy-ma-bobbers for the blah blah blahs. Let me just double check because, like, yeah, there we go. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Coca-Cola unveils innovative, even though this like kind of has been a thing before, but if they start putting these around the world, it'd be amazing. Because then homeless people and other people like around the world could just be like bringing these in 24 hours a day and recycling instead of waiting for just a couple hours a day to go to a recycling center to bring them in. I feel like this is a positive, and like we'll talk about it when we get there.
What's the difference between this and a green bin or a green trash can?
You get money you get a small amount of money from it.
Okay.
So you actually, it's like recycling. What?
Like, all my bottles and cans I throw in a machine over at the supermarket, and I get my money back.
Yeah, that's what this would do, technically.
Yeah, that's not new. Well, maybe for America. Maybe for
you're right.
A country like America.
Well, you get all your money back, a full refund for what you paid for the drink.
But we're talking about a vending machine you can just walk up to.
If I buy a bottle of Coke, you buy the bottle of Coke and you pay I believe it is 25-cent deposit on the bottle, and you get it back when you return it.
Yeah.
So in the Americas, there's not very many places that do that. So yeah, fuck America. But there hopefully will be now places where you can go, and there's machines where you can go and recycle your bottle to get a small amount of money back for recycling it. So anyways, that's all this is this just for you to recycle stuff instead of throwing it in the ocean or trying to have sex with it or turning into a meth pipe. I don't know what you weirdos do with your empty bottles. But now here's a way for you to make money.
Came from your experience. All those examples came from your experience.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but any of that experience at all. No, I have no idea what turning a. Yes, of course, obviously. Like that's the way this world works. It's called projection. Just like all of the evangelicals that are like, I hate all the transgenders. Whoa, and then you look at your phone and they're like, or you like go and find out they're fucking transgender sex workers in the back of Target or something. I don't know why I said Target, but anyways. But
who else is gonna keep the rectal doctors on their toes? If it wasn't
executively, yeah,
bottles up your ass.
Executively. Anyways, what was the next thing? Let's go to the next subject. And it would be, oh my god, the infrared contacts, it looks like. I can't believe I can keep talking without dying. Thank God I did that before that came up. All right, so now we'll present. So, seeing infrared. Scientists have created contact lenses that grant supervision. Did you like how I said that?
Wait.
Anyways.
Yeah, I require that. Oh,
so
wait. Never mind.
A breakthrough could lead to. Oh my god! I goddamn used my left arm. Anyways, a breakthrough could lead to a range of wearables that extend the range of vision and help people with color blindness. So I mean, so I think they're gonna say this in just a second, but they feel like if people with color blindness have are a way to see more infrared, they can see more other colors or depth or something, I think is what it is. But let me read it because I mean, why are we here? Oh shit. I hate that that's there. So Researchers have given people a taste of superhuman vision after creating contact lenses that allow them to see infrared light, a band of the electromagnetic spectrum that is invisible to the naked eye.
I think that'd be cool if you could see that. Be like a cartoon, wouldn't it?
Well, and who knows what that would help us understand or know, especially like night vision. Like if that could just make us see in the dark, that'd be pimping. You know what I'm saying? Don't wear them every single day. Or if they were like, what are those like bifocals? The bifocals, right? That's what it is. If there's like bifocal lenses and it could be day and night and you didn't have to change the contacts, that'd be pimping. You know what I'm saying? You could just like be an owl as soon as the sun went down. I don't know, but let's crack on. So unlike night vision goggles, the contact lenses need no power source. And because they are transparent, wearers can see infrared and all the normal visible colors of light at the same time. What?
How does he do it? How? What?
I don't know. Citation needed.
Glass or something? Well, isn't infrared like more
just a weird light
energetic
spectrum
than regular light?
Well,
because I believe
even infrared goggles or something, they need a light source. They normally produce a light source themselves. The tiniest light source makes them work.
No, but
well,
like
that's what I'm saying.
If they have the, because like glow in the dark also absorbs light energy.
Okay. Well,
it emits it in a different wavelength or energy level. So if you could step down the infrared to the visible spectrum, like you could do that with a material that does not need power.
Okay, Brainless. Well, you just let me read the goddamn motherfucking thing that tells us what's going on.
Dog was yapping, so I need to correct
I get,
the motherfucker.
I get. I don't know, and I don't know who is what and how and what exactly. But let's crack on with what this says, and it says, because I really do. It's so fucking hard to read this shit. The lenses that are a breakthrough driven by the team's desire to extend human vision beyond its natural narrow range. The wavelengths of light that humans can make up less than is 1/100th of a percent of the electromagnetic spectrum. So before I get to the next things that I'm going to read, and I'm going to skip this next thing, and then I'm going to go to the next thing is,
that's not infrared, is it?
Infrared is no. I just looked it up. I was mistaken. Infrared is the lower energy. It's ultraviolet. That's the higher energy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But there might be a chemical way of doing it. I don't know.
Okay.
You see things on the blue and red spectrum rather than give you night vision.
Slim, if you're talking technology with me, my brain goes in overdrive.
Yeah, but I already know the answers, and I didn't even read these thingies. But it's just like, god damn it, just and I guess go off. I'll let you cook for just a second, but I already know the answer.
I cooked.
And what's even funnier is it's literally on the screen right now that says, but let's crack on.
But I don't read what's on the screen. I don't fucking read. You know that.
No, I know. And it's really hard for me to breathe right now because of, but anyways, let's crack on.
So we should make you laugh more.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Tell me, break my rib more so I can't go and see my kitty cat. Thanks. That's what I need is not to be able to go. Anyways, the rainbow of colors visible to the human span of wavelengths from 400 to 700 nanometers. A nanometer is the millionth of a who cares? The millimeter, but does any of you idiots understand any? Well, of course, some of it, but anyways, And I'm just saying that, and I'm part of the idiots too. But like the wavelength is very, very, very small. So, anyways, just like we're saying right here, many other animal senses differ, like birds, bees, reindeer, mice, and they can see ultraviolet light wavelengths too short for humans to perceive. Some snakes, vampire bats have organs to detect far infrared, which is how they dive bomb insects and shite. A thermal radiation, which helps them hunt their prey, like I just said. And again, I normally don't free read most of these things because I want to go over these things with you on the fly and pretend that I know what I'm talking about, even though sometimes I do. But most of the time I don't. I understand. To extend
again.
Yeah. Extend humans' range of vision to enhance our experience of the world. The scientists developed what are called up conversion nanoparticles. The particles absorb infrared light and re-emit it as a visible light. For the study, the scientists have chosen particles that absorb near infrared light, compromising wavelengths that are just too long for humans to perceive. And have converted it into visible red, green, or blue light, which would be just how you would see those lights, because those are the base colors, right?
But I think it would also depend on what wavelength comes in. Like if something is
That's the way science has gone, and it's pretty cool, really, because it's getting smaller. It was going on about nano and quantum and tiny little things, and I can't wait to see what they come up with.
What was that? Oh my god! I'm just gonna go to this one because we're gonna go
deep sea water farm. Yeah,
like, that's what
I would farm water. Yeah, of course.
You want to go to the water farm? Okay, just give me a second. We'll do water farm. Okay. There we go. All right. Give me a second to share. Okay, here we go. Company tests massive water farms that could change how we hydrate. We hope to be building under the ocean by this amount of time, 2028, where this technology could do deep sea desalination off the California's coast, reducing the cost of drinking water for billions of people facing water scarcity. All of the rich people in LA. Oh my God! It's out billions
it's not going to be cheaper for billions of people. It's only going to be cheaper for the people that make it and sell it. Like for the other people, they say, "Oh yeah, this is better, so it's more expensive."
I didn't say that the fucking rich people of California weren't going to give it to people for free. I just said that they figured out a way to do. Yes, you're right. You're totally right. I mean, since over 4 billion people worldwide need drinking water, hopefully, if they can put these things around the world for a very, very low cost, if they can put in 20 to 25 pods in different places around the world, these pods could supply water for 250,000 people with actual drinking water. So if these rich ass white people decide and they actually do this and they put this into play, then we could have people around the world where we could just like say, I'll pay. We could raise like what 20 $10,000 or something like that, and then get it there, and then like now a small village somewhere can have like a kind of drinking water. If there's more salt in their water than normal, or they're a beach resident, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever, I don't know. At least it gives more opportunities to make better drinking water for what Trump is definitely destroying and taking away all of the money that we're giving to all the other countries to make sure that they don't get AIDS and other things. And obviously, you know, water is going to be like obviously the next thing, which has already killed a bunch of kids because they didn't get the nutrients that paste, peanut paste, the peanut paste or whatever. They didn't get that shit, so like killed thousands of kids. Or anyways, YouTube.
Actually, would be nice to know that my drinking water on my tap hasn't gone through fucking hundreds of people before it gets to my tap. It'd be nice to not to have that thought in my head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Distillation plant in the sea.
Yeah, exactly, Timely. If it was distilled in the water, that would be amazing. I feel like our side chat has been frozen, but anyways, I'm gonna keep cracking on because I just need to get through this. Whoo, because like it is very difficult for me to talk at this point, but I'm just gonna keep going. Scientists unveil the world's first battery breakthrough fueled by unlikely energy source, next generation power, which is. Let me just get to like where it says like what the thing is before it keeps skipping around because you
power.
everybody.
Power.
So, a team of researchers have harnessed the power of natural radioactive decay to create a battery cell that could, again, this is in testing stages, and I'm not claiming, and none of us are obviously smart enough to know, but
What?
Ooh, it jumped, so I just want to make sure we go back to it. Have harnessed the power of this without recharging because it is the radioactive decay, and they put it in a battery, and they figured out how to use this. So the cell is designed with an electrode embedded with carbon-14 based quantum dots connected to an enhanced perovskite. I don't.
Perovskite.
Sure. Anyways, absorber layer that can be electrified and generates by capturing beta rays emitted during decay process. These batteries could run for years without any maintenance, and they wouldn't heat up or break down. Heat up or get cold because it's just this like regular decay. And if you put that inside of a thingy-mabobber that didn't get hot or didn't get cold, like encased in something, this thing would just go do this for like thousands of years, technically, if you put it in the right process and you had the right amount of a something. So
it's a nuclear battery.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a nuclear battery and it's going off of a nuclear decay. So if you had just like this much of a nuclear of some things, technically that decay could go on for thousands of years and you could charge and or run like, let's just say my computer, something small. Like it literally doesn't have to be something big. If there were just this particle of that, you could just charge a phone for 1,000 years. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to get a new one and blah blah blah, but like technically you could do that. That's what we're
would
talking
you want
about.
to put nuclear decay in your pocket next to your nads? I wouldn't want to.
Well, I already have a vasectomy, so I don't give a flying fuck about that shit anymore. So I'm never gonna have kids. Anyways, did we get to? There's that. Then we went to. So I don't know 100% about this, but let's talk about it because fuck it. And then we'll get into some silly stuff. I think I have like one more silly stuff to get into. But U.S. first fully digital twin nuclear reactor hits 99% accuracy in energy breakthrough. I mean, what did I say out loud? Anyways, so Purdue University. Let me get back. I know you always want to do this. You say this every time, no matter what. Even if I was subscribed, you still want my money. Okay. Purdue University reactor number 1 is at the forefront of the nuclear energy revolution with its unique digital capabilities. This could lead to the development of a new generation of safer, more efficient, and more cost-effective nuclear reactors, ultimately accelerating the transition of carbon-free electricity. So blah, 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 somehow things and stuff. Let's just see if we can have something that tells us like how this works better other than them just fluffing their ego. Because this literally just said, oh my God, we have better things in this stuff. That's all that set up there. The digital leap also enables real-time data. Like I said, they're just like fluffing their ego with some of this stuff because it doesn't matter. So the creation of the digital twin, now they're bolstering Purdue's leadership in the field of the Lab of Nuclear Engineering Assistant, Professor, and Associate per one. Once again, I think this is just all hearsay, or them just saying that the remote operations could be more with them using computers, right? Is that what they are saying? That's totally what they're saying.
Well, nuclear power is the it's the obvious in between energy source of going totally green. We don't want nuclear power, but we said that the whole world going windmill and fucking solar panel crazy, or until nuclear fission is or nuclear fusion is finally sorted. The only reasonable power source that is as green as it can be, apart from the fallout and the waste, obviously, is nuclear power. It's, as long as it's not fossil fuel, so it's still a greener source, and it's the only bridge really between what we have now to full on renewable energy, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, totally. All right. So let's go ahead and let's play this.
EPA has reportedly drafted a plan to eliminate all limits on greenhouse gas emissions from power plants. That's according to documents recently obtained by the New York Times. The power industry is one of the top sources of U.S. greenhouse gas emissions, which scientists have said for decades help drive climate change. Now, with the rise of AI technology, demand on power plants is increasing, in large part to AI's reliance on data centers. Ali Rogan spoke with Kenza Bryan, climate reporter for the Financial Times.
Thanks for joining us. How would you describe the environmental impact of these data centers that are at the heart of AI?
Their environmental impact is huge and it's growing. AI data centers are massively contributing to the continued rise in power demand, which itself contributes to the continued rise in global emissions. And most importantly, it's growing faster than grid capacities.
So we're just going to end on me just saying this. AI stuff is at this point becoming a net loss, and we're gonna talk about a whole stream on this in the near future. They're spending so much money putting into data capacity and heating and cooling. I'm not heating, obviously, but cooling and keeping their processors, and then putting in more things and stuff that like. It's going to be interesting in the next probably 8 months. 8 months is probably what I'll give it, where it's going to be like interesting. I'm not saying that AI is going to die or that anything else is going to go away, but there's going to be a shift of things. And tomorrow, we're going to be going over AI generated stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of crazy AI generated stuff that is getting freaky. And we're getting into things that look really fucking real. But where's going to be the ebb and the flow? And like, how are we going to go with this? We'll see. So we'll talk about this tomorrow for AI generated strange stuff. So thank you very much for being here. We'll see you all tomorrow for that. And this weekend I won't be here, but we'll see what happens. Next week, Monday is going to be cults. If I make it around, we'll see. It's cults and aliens and gurus or whatever and things like that. So thank you all very much. We'll see you. Everybody say bye because we're the fuck out of here.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.